Imagine being a leader right now. I mean, you're dealing with this incredible level of complexity, aren't you? Volatile markets, constant innovation, teams everywhere.
Uh-huh. And the pressure for decisions that are not just smart, but ethical, impactful,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
It really is. And it
Yeah.
makes you wonder, okay, what's the one skill that helps cut through all that noise? What really empowers you to lead well today?
Yeah, because the old ways, the focus on just the leader's individual brilliance, it feels like that's just not enough anymore.
Exactly. The landscape demands something new, a shift in how leaders think, how they interact.
How they connect.
Right. And that's actually what we're diving into today. Our focus is AI conversational intelligence through co-thinking.
Hmm.
We're exploring what one of our key sources, this Leadership 3.0 article, calls the essential skill for leadership in this, well, AI augmented world we're in.
And it's crucial to say this isn't just about grabbing the latest tech gadget. It's deeper. It's a human-centered shift in leading.
Definitely. So for this deep dive, we're drawing on a few things. There's an AI leader brief that really nails the core ideas,
That Leadership 3.0 article you mentioned.
and some really practical stuff from the AI Traveler Self-Assessment Scorecard.
Right. Together they give a pretty clear picture, I think, of where leadership is heading, and importantly, where you fit into that picture.
So our mission today, it's really to unpack how AI can genuinely elevate your leadership, not by replacing you, but by augmenting your intelligence.
And it's not just about going faster. Our sources suggest something more profound. Making you smarter, yes, but also potentially more empathetic.
Fostering deeper human connections, that's the really interesting part. So how do we actually do that? Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's start with that big shift. Why is this idea of co-thinking suddenly so essential?
Well, the sources are pretty clear. Today's complexity just swamps traditional approaches. It's not theoretical either. A 2024 McKinsey report on AI adoption really highlights this.
Right, so the key question leaders need to ask isn't just, how do I use AI? It's more like, how do I think with AI?
Exactly. And that brings us to co-thinking. How would you define that based on the sources?
It's framed as using AI as a kind of thinking partner,
Yeah.
almost like a quiet co-strategist sitting alongside you.
Interesting. A co-strategist.
Yeah, it helps you navigate complexity by bringing in multiple perspectives. It's way beyond just automating simple tasks. This model, which the AI Leader Brief really emphasizes, is about enabling human-centered strategic change.
Okay, so to make that more concrete, this idea of AI conversational intelligence, it rests on three pillars.
That's right. The first one is strategic intelligence. This is really fundamental. It's about your ability to clearly frame complex problems.
Because if you can't define it clearly,
You can't solve it effectively. Precision is key.
makes sense. What's the second pillar?
That's AI conversational intelligence itself.
Mm.
And this isn't just, typing prompts into a chatbot. It's about facilitating richer, higher-level dialogue. How do you ask better questions? How do you guide conversations to draw out insights from your team and the AI?
So it's about elevating the whole conversation.
Exactly. The collective thinking.
And the third pillar?
AI literacy. Now, this doesn't mean you need to become a coder overnight.
Okay,
No.
sure.
It's about understanding how to use large language models like ChatGPT, like Copilot, to raise the quality of your thinking, not just the speed.
Ah, quality over pace.
Right. Using them to explore problems more deeply, maybe spot blind spots you wouldn't see otherwise.
And who is this really for? Is it just C-suite executives?
Not at all. What's compelling is that this is relevant for all leaders. Operational leaders, HR folks, executive teams, anyone who needs to make faster, smarter, and more human decisions together.
So if you're leading people, basically, this applies.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, so when leaders think about bringing AI in, often the first thing that comes to mind is the tech hurdle, right? Learning new tools, security issues. Is that the main barrier?
That's the common assumption. But the sources, especially this Mythbusters insight we looked at, tell a really different story.
Oh.
Yeah. While most organizations are playing around with generative AI, McKinsey said over 70% in that 2024 report, very few, like fewer than 15%, have actually woven it into their core leadership processes.
15%, that's low.
It is. And the reason it's not usually technical, it's behavioral.
Behavioral, how so?
Well, leaders are often avoiding, meaningful practice with these tools. And maybe it's fear, maybe it feels like a threat to their identity, or sometimes it's just sheer overwhelm.
That makes sense. It can feel intimidating.
Totally. They might not trust themselves yet to use AI in a way that feels credible, that enhances their judgment rather than, undermining it.
That's a huge point. So what's the impact then? The so what of leaders holding back?
It's pretty significant, this avoidance, this hesitation.
Yeah.
It's actually stalling growth in organizations. It impacts the critical conversations.
Like strategy discussion.
Strategy, hiring decisions, operational planning, even shaping the culture. If leaders aren't engaging in this co-thinking process, the organization isn't really learning and adapting as fast as it could.
So the tech is there, but without the behavioral shift.
Its strategic impact is really limited. AI just becomes a tool for maybe doing old things slightly faster instead of truly augmenting intelligence and transforming how leadership happens.
Which brings us to this idea of co-thinking in action. You mentioned it's a radical shift, especially in coaching and connection.
Yes, the Leadership 3.0 article really digs into this. AI Conversational Intelligence isn't just about tweaking the old coaching models, it expands them.
How so? Less focus on just individual traits.
Exactly. It becomes less about just analyzing personality types and more about enhancing a leader's ability to facilitate those high-quality, really impactful conversations across their teams.
Okay. And the sources mentioned three sort of new modes of operating for leaders.
That's right. 3 powerful modes. First is partner thinking. This is seeing AI not just as a tool you use, but as a genuine partner in your thinking process, like an extension of your own mind.
Okay, a partner. Second.
Dialogue elevation. This is using AI strategically to help you frame better questions, to really lift the level of team discussions, get deeper insights, uncover those hidden assumptions.
And the third one sounds really interesting, conflict prevention.
Yeah, this one's quite profound. It's about using AI proactively, designing workflows, anticipating friction points, maybe even resolving potential conflicts before they blow up.
Wow. Can you give some practical examples? How might a leader use this AICI day to day?
Sure. Imagine rehearsing a really difficult conversation with an AI partner. You could explore different approaches, anticipate reactions, refine your message for more clarity and empathy.
Okay, like a flight simulator for tough talks.
Kind of, yeah. Or using AI to analyze a team's project plan to surface assumptions everyone's making, but nobody's actually stated.
That could save a lot of trouble down the line.
Definitely. Think about summarizing complex stakeholder feedback instantly during a meeting, or even using AI to design meeting prompts that deliberately pull in diverse perspectives. You could almost give AI a seat at the table in strategic planning.
That ties into something mentioned in the sources, right? Strategic empathy.
Exactly. There was a great paper from the Swiss Education Group on this. The kind of precision and clarity that AICI can help you achieve. That's what real strategic empathy needs. It's not just feeling for someone.
It's understanding with precision.
Right. It helps you manage relationships much more effectively because you understand different perspectives with greater depth.
It also sounds a lot like the perspective from Stanford's Institute for Human-Centered AI, HAI. They talk about co-agency.
Yes. It's not humans versus AI. It's humans with AI. Leaders guiding, questioning, co-creating with the technology to support, well, human flourishing.
So it's about thinking with the machine.
While staying deeply human. Using AI to understand yourself better, understand your team better, your customers better, all through this process of co-thinking.
And that's where the coaching aspect becomes really powerful and personalized.
Absolutely. Using AI to gain insights that make your coaching more relevant, more tailored to the individual you're serving. That's a huge way to influence people and honestly show empathy at a really deep level.
It makes me think of that Steve Jobs quote about the computer being like a bicycle for the mind.
Yeah. Great analogy.
He wasn't talking about making horses faster or like cramming more CDs into a CD player. It was about augmenting human capability.
Exactly. And that's the point here with AICI and co-thinking. This isn't just about making your current processes incrementally faster.
It's about fundamentally augmenting your intelligence, your perspective.
That's the crucial distinction. The goal isn't just efficiency for efficiency's sake. It's achieving a higher level of strategic thinking, a higher quality of conversation.
In a way that genuinely serves others.
Right. Understanding yourself, your team, your customers on a deeper level. Co-thinking with AI, but also co-thinking with the people you lead and serve.
And you mentioned using AI for empathy, thinking about tools like DISC, the behavioral assessment.
Yes, that's a fantastic example of AI conversational intelligence in practice. It used to be quite difficult, right, to consciously try and speak someone else's language based on their DISC stuff.
Yeah, it takes a lot of mental effort.
But now you can use AI to help translate perspectives. You can ask it, okay, given this person has a high D style, how might they perceive this feedback? Or How can I frame this suggestion in a way that resonates with a high S?
So you can use AI to develop deeper, more nuanced questions for resolving conflict or suggesting a change?
Precisely. It helps you tailor your approach with incredible accuracy. That's showing strategic empathy, understanding someone else's world well enough to communicate effectively within it. It's moving beyond just gut feel empathy.
To something more informed, more strategic.
Exactly. It's not just what you say, but how you frame it based on a genuine understanding.
Okay, speaking of tools getting better, let's talk about some recent power-ups. There's big news, right, from the AI leader brief.
Huge news. ChatGPT-5 has been released.
And this isn't just a minor update.
No, not at all. The sources describe it as being designed for much more advanced reasoning, planning, real-time integration. Key differences are significantly better accuracy, much better memory for complex, multi-step tasks.
And the dialogue quality.
Apparently much more natural, really like talking to an executive-level human partner, a true co-strategist.
So why does that matter specifically for AI conversational intelligence and co-thinking?
Well, it unlocks much deeper capabilities.
Yeah.
Think, scenario thinking, exploring way more possibilities for complex choices, better trade-off analysis, really weighing intricate options, and enhanced blind spot detection.
Finding what you might be missing in your strategy.
Exactly. All absolutely essential for that high-level strategic co-thinking we've been discussing.
And it's not just the big standalone models, right? Enterprise tools are evolving too, like Microsoft Copilot.
Absolutely. Copilot's seen some great enhancements recently. The Teams meeting summaries are getting smarter, pulling out prioritized action items, which is super helpful.
Makes follow-up easier.
Definitely. And it now has better grounding in SharePoint and OneDrive. That means the answers it gives are more secure, more context-aware, because they're drawn from your actual organizational data.
That security and context piece is huge for businesses.
Massive. Plus, there are new catch-up views that filter the noise and show you only the most relevant updates. Less information overload.
So these tools are really shifting from just being like writing assistants.
Well, becoming sophisticated partners for strategic work. They're ready for that deeper, more qualitative dialogue. True co-strategists.
Okay, so listeners might be hearing all this and thinking, this sounds great, but where do I even begin?
Understandable. And that's where another resource from our sources comes in the AI Traveler Self-Assessment. It's from Cortex Leadership Consulting.
An assessment, what's the goal there?
Yeah, and it's really important to stress, it's not a test you pass or fail. There are no wrong answers. It's more like a mirror. It reflects your current relationship with AI in your work, your mindset, your readiness to engage with it more deeply. It's about understanding where you are now.
And it gives you a profile, a traveler type.
That's right. There are 6 types described. They range from, say, the snoozer, someone who hasn't really engaged yet, maybe feels overwhelmed or just hasn't had time.
We all know that feeling.
Right, all the way up to the explorer, someone who's already seeing AI as a real collaborator and using it to change how they lead.
And the point is, no matter where you land,
It's just a starting point. It gives you a pathway forward specific to your current stance.
so what do you actually get from taking it?
You get an in-depth profile explaining your type,
Mm.
insights into your current habits, and thinking around AI, and crucially, targeted coaching questions.
Coaching questions, like what?
Well, for example, if you came out as a tourist,
Yes.
someone who's dabbled but hasn't really connected AI to leadership, it might prompt you to try using AI for something strategic, like role-playing that tough conversation we mentioned, to build confidence.
Ah,
Or, if you're a frequent flyer, using AI for speed, but maybe not depth, it might push you to ask AI, where are the potential failure points in my strategic plan? Encouraging that deeper analysis.
got it. And that leads directly to the next step, right? Creating a plan.
Exactly. A personalized 90-day co-thinking plan. The sources explain how you can take your results, your scorecard from the assessment.
And upload it into ChatGPT-5 or maybe Microsoft Copilot.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And then use a specific, powerful prompt.
Okay, this sounds like the magic key. What's the prompt?
Here it is. You are my AI leadership coach. Using the AI traveler type from my scorecard, my role as, and you insert your role, my industry is insert your industry, and my DISC profile of insert your DIC style, create a 90-day strategic plan to improve my AI conversational intelligence through co-thinking.
Okay, hang on. Let me get that again. You are my AI leadership coach. Then use
Yeah.
the traveler type, role, industry, and DISC style. Create a 90-day strategic plan to improve my AI conversational intelligence through co-thinking.
And there's a bit more. The plan should include high-impact, role-specific ways to use both ChatGPT-5 and Microsoft Copilot securely and effectively in my industry context, tailored to my natural behavioral style.
Wow, that's incredibly specific, including role, industry, and DISC style. Why is that tailoring so important?
Because it makes the learning stick. By tailoring it to your natural behavioral style, your industry-specific challenges, and your actual role, the plan becomes much more resonant, practical, and sustainable. It's not generic advice, it's a roadmap built for you.
So it connects your personal growth right to actionable steps with the latest tools, paced in a way that works for how you lead.
Exactly. Personalized, practical, and empathetic to your journey.
So let's pull back for a second. Why does all of this co-thinking, AI, CI, the assessment, why does it really matter for you, the listener, as a leader?
Because fundamentally, this isn't just a story about technology, it's a human systems story.
Human systems, meaning how people interact.
Right. The performance of any organization, any team, ultimately depends on the quality of the conversations happening within it. That's how you navigate that sea of complexity we started with.
And there's data on this, isn't there? Gallup research.
Yes, Gallup's 2023 research on managers was striking. Only about 1 in 3 employees strongly agreed that their manager helps them set clear priorities.
1 in 3. Ouch.
Right. And Gallup's point was, that's often not a time management problem, it's a thinking problem, a clarity problem.
And AI conversational intelligence, through co-thinking, is positioned as a way to tackle that thinking problem head-on.
Exactly. It enables deeper clarity in those crucial conversations about priorities, strategy, feedback, everything.
So when you develop this skill, it's not just about being more efficient.
No, it's about having deeper, more meaningful conversations. It changes how you run meetings, how you frame decisions, how you build trust, because you're asking better questions, fostering clearer thinking.
You become the kind of leader people want to follow.
Because you're helping them think better, connect more deeply, solve problems with more insight, and yes, strategic empathy. You're facilitating clarity, not just dictating direction.
You're elevating the whole team's intelligence.
The collective intelligence, human and augmented.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. The core idea today. AI is here, it's powerful, but its real potential in leadership isn't just speed. It's about augmenting our human intelligence.
Leading to deeper conversations, better thinking, and greater strategic empathy. The future of leadership, as that Leadership 3.0 article lays out, involves changing how we think and interact with AI as a partner.
Which leads to a pretty provocative thought, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
The question isn't really if AI will reshape leadership anymore. It already is.
So the real question is,
How will you reshape yourself in response?
Hmm.
It's tempting to think, oh, AI transformation, that's Jane's job down the hall.
Right, assign it to someone.
But this requires more. It needs an enterprise-wide shift, sure, but it really starts with your mindset, your personal practice.
So what's the immediate next step for someone listening?
Take the assessment. We really encourage you to check out the complimentary AI Traveler Assessment from Cortex Leadership.
It's research-backed, helps you see where you are now.
Pinpoints your growth edge, shows you the support you need. It's genuinely built to meet you wherever you are on this journey.
And gives you that starting point for the 90-day plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It gives you that personalized roadmap forward.
The next level of leadership really does feel like it's already here.
It is. Let's rise to it together.